Hey everyone, welcome back to Champion the Passion, a weekly pro wrestling podcast where we inspire you to champion your passions and celebrate the joy in what you love. I'm your host, my name is Victoria Daisy, and today is another episode in our interview series, The Untold Stories. Today I had a wonderful conversation with Briana Duarte, aka the LA Night Girl. But before we dive in, don't forget to leave a 5-star review if you enjoyed. Follow me at It's Victoria Daisy across all social platforms and follow Champion the Passion across all streaming platforms. But let's head into the conversation with Bri. Hi Bri, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so good. I'm so excited to have you on this special edition of Champion the Passion, The Untold Stories, where we dive through your journey with professional wrestling. But let's jump right into it, okay? Because the only fair way to talk about your entire journey is going all the way back to the beginning. So before there was an LA Night Girl, there was Briana Duarte. What did life look like for you before all of this LA Night stuff came to be?
Honestly, pretty much the same. I mean, how I present myself online is how I am just in general with my friends and my family. Definitely the love for professional wrestling has since grown a lot since then. So like the passion and the love has grown. But that's really the only change that I've had since I started watching as a little girl.
I love that. Now, was there anything you thought you wanted to be when you grew up before falling in love with professional wrestling, before you started thinking about this route?
I always wanted to be a lawyer. I had my heart set on being a lawyer ever since I was in middle school. Obviously, like when you get asked when you're younger, like, what do you want to be? Like, you have like these dreams. Like, people are like, I want to be an astronaut or I want to be an actress or whatever. So professional wrestling was always something I had in the back of my mind, but it has never left me. So I just feel like it's something I was made to do, and I hope I get the privilege to be able to do it one day.
I love that so much. When did you first start watching professional wrestling? What was your like introductory moment, the first time you ever laid eyes on it?
It was when I was 9 years old. My siblings were watching Wrestlemania 27 in the living room, and I was with them watching, and John Cena was main eventing that year. And as soon as he came on my screen, I became obsessed with him, so tunnel visioned, and that started my love for it.
I love that. So that was your like falling in love moment, was WrestleMania 27
with John Cena. Yeah,
I love that. I mean, who better else? That's your first wrestling love. How much better could it get? All right, now who were some of your favorites growing up? I know you mentioned John Cena, but who else were your like faves in the 2000s?
John Cena. Dean Ambrose was a fave. I love Ambrose. Yes. The women, obviously the Bella Twins were a favorite. I was a little bit for AJ Lee as well, but my first women's wrestler I was obsessed with, like wanted to be, was Maurice. So
oh my gosh.
That's my girl. Like before like the Bella Twins and AJ, like I had Maurice. I loved her.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I would have never expected you to say that. I've never heard anyone say like, oh, my favorite was Maurice, but honestly, like, she's such a baddie. Like, she's underrated, and I feel like people need to be a fan of her more, especially when she had the reality show Ms. and Mrs. Like, we got to see a lot of her. That was chef's kiss. We can't stay off the topic for too long because we got to talk about the man, the myth, the legend, okay? You became a fan of Eli Drake during his time in TNA. How did you first come across him?
It's the same thing. My brothers were watching TNA, and, you know, as a sibling, you know, a younger sister with brothers, you always want to be, like, around them and, you know, just hanging out with them. And they were watching TNA, and Eli Drake was doing a Fact of Life segment with the dummy button.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Glued to the TV. I was like, this man reminds me so much of myself. He's so funny. He's so charismatic. Does not care what anyone thinks of him. And I became obsessed with him and just followed him ever since.
I love that. That was such a fantastic segment. What a great first like introductory to Eli Drake. Couldn't think of anything better. Thinking about LA's career from TNA to NWA, and then when he got to WWE and he was Max Dupree, and now he's LA Knight, do you have a favorite version of him? And what about it stood out to you most?
Definitely in NXT, the black and gold era, where he was the $1 Million Champion. That was my favorite part of his career personally. I love a heel LA Knight. I think he performs best when he's a heel. Just, you know, the story, the backstage segments, you know, the matches, like every part of the storytelling in it was amazing. And that is my favorite version of him.
I love that. I totally forgot about that one, but that was like one of his most iconic, obviously, besides right now, because right now he's literally on a generational run. We love him for that. Let's talk about probably the biggest moment in all of this so far, and that's WrestleMania 40 week at WWE World. the origin story of all of this, the rise of the LA Night Girl. Walk us through that entire week, that whole experience of how everything really came to be.
It was a very last minute trip. I think my family and I planned it in 2 weeks, I want to
Oh,
say.
wow.
I going into this though, I was not meeting LA Knight. They had added him super late. I think they added him the Friday before.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, so I immediately ran, bought my tickets. And that was all I could think about for the entire week. Of course, there was like Roman Reigns, but like I was like, oh my god, I'm finally meeting LA Knight, someone I've looked up to for years. So WWE World finally comes, we get there, take the pictures with him. I am freaking out in line, already crying my eyes out just, as soon as he comes out. So I meet him at the photo ops. He honestly was taken back by my crying, which was honestly, looking back, is really funny to me. So so I hug him, say hello, and then I go to the panel stage to go watch him have like a little interview with Byron Saxton. I'm still crying my eyes out, and I am not a quiet crier at all. I'm sure you've seen the video somewhere. So they hear me as they're trying to like have this little Q&A, just sobbing. And as soon as Byron Saxton pointed it out, the whole crowd had gone crazy because they saw me before the panel started, like just like going to my seat and like freaking out. So immediately they're like, oh, this girl's a huge fan. So as soon as Byron pointed it out, everyone just went insane, and that viral moment was created, and here I am.
I love that. I mean, first of all, gotta give it to the wrestling fans. They're the best. Sometimes they can be the worst, but they are the best for the most part. I mean, if they see a moment that needs to happen, they will get on it. And obviously that happened with you, and I love that. And I remember seeing that video WrestleMania week, and I was just like, okay, wait, he's actually an icon. Like, look at him go. Like, because I love when people break character and like really have a moment with the fans, and the fact that he did that for you is absolutely unreal. But obviously, I know that that video went viral for you. What was going through your mind when the numbers started racking up for you? I mean, was it exciting? Was it scary? Overwhelming?
It definitely was a little overwhelming, but not in a bad way. I mean, just, I never thought, like, there was never a thought in my mind when posting that this was going to go viral. I just posted it because I was a really big fan of him, and I wanted to share the experience to those that were there. Maybe it'd, like, pop up on their feed. But as it was happening, I never once did I think it would turn into what it's turned into today at all.
I know, that was so insane. I remember when I first saw the video, and then when I realized it started getting more and more viral, you kept coming up on my For You page, and I was like, oh my gosh, this girl's taking over WrestleMania week, as she should, and I loved it. But obviously, with a viral video, with being on social media, we both know this, you are bound to receive hate, criticism, and negativity. How do you handle that while trying to juggle just staying positive online?
I just try my best not to read it, not to view it, not to see it. 99% of the time, it's all lies. That even I'm learning with you guys. To those watching, the stuff that comes out, I'm finding out with you guys most of the time. So it really doesn't bother me. Sometimes I'll just sit back and giggle. But it does get to me sometimes when I find out that it affects other people. I feel like that's when it'll upset me. But other than that, I read the stuff about myself, and I'm like, I never knew that before.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy, but it comes with it. I mean, you toughen up as you grow. I mean, a year ago, I probably would have been freaking out about most of the stuff that I've read about myself, but nowadays, I just don't let it get to me.
Yeah, people can be so cruel. The IWC, like I said earlier, is a great place, but also a scary place at the same time. People are just all over the place. But while we're still on the topic of social media, I have to say, I always see you showing up to the shows and events in like the most chic wrestler inspired outfits. And I have to ask, how do you come up with these looks, and where do you usually draw your inspiration from?
I draw a lot of my inspiration from, I want to say, the first person that came to mind is Liv Morgan. I've done a lot of like Liv Morgan type fits. But typically I go based on a t-shirt in mind, and once I have a t-shirt, I'll like match colors with it. I'll add accessories, based on like the superstar. Like LA calls himself the megastar. You'll find like star pieces in my outfits. But just recently, I've kind of retired the t-shirts, and I've been trying some new things. I feel like everyone kind of caught on to like the t-shirts and the skirt combo. So I'm like, let me spice it up a little bit. So that's what I've been doing.
I love that, because I noticed, I believe it was this year at WrestleMania, you have like an LA Night corset right?
Custom
That was
made. Yep.
so cute. I was like, okay, wait, we're moving up, level
Yeah,
up.
where
This was
teachers are
epic.
retired.
No, literally every time you go to a show, I'm like, okay, what outfit is Bri gonna cook up today? I'm like so excited. And what event was it that you did that LA Knight kind of like cosplay when you like dressed like him? Was that Royal Rumble?
The first time I did it was Royal Rumble, and then the
Okay.
second time I did it was to meet him, and he thought it was the coolest thing ever. I was like, look, I'm dressed as you, and he's like, I can see that. He's like, I know.
I love that so much. How has life changed for you since being tagged as the LA Night Girl?
Definitely have gotten more like notices from like partnerships and brands, which has been like really cool. Like Fanatics, t-shirt companies like 500 level. Events I go to now, I kind of get like stopped and like asked for a picture. Like I get to talk to everyone, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was just get there, go to your seat. But now I get to like stop and talk to people, which I absolutely love doing. And just like content I post now, like I kind of feel like I have to, you know, be careful what I post sometimes because there are people that like look up to me in a way now, and you never want to like be a bad influence or a bad example for people. So I feel like that I've been, you know, thinking about recently as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree. It's so much fun when people like recognize you in public. Like it's slightly overwhelming. I don't know if it is for you, but like I know for me sometimes it's a little overwhelming, but it's like so cool as well. And I've heard you talk about, you know, little girls coming up to you and being like, you're such a great role model. And I think that's so special. You also have said recently that you are going into the ring now. You are pursuing training, which is so exciting. I love this new journey for you. What was the moment that you decided and that you knew in your heart that you wanted to start training to become a professional wrestler?
So after I know the exact moment too, which is so exciting. So after COVID had happened and, you know, the arenas were opening back up again, I had attended a live event show in Boston, and I believe the beginning of 2022, I want to say. And I was on my way home from work one day, and I literally was driving home, and I just got super emotional because, you know, after you attend events, you get like depression or whatever. You're like, oh, I want to go back so bad. I had gotten emotional in my car driving home, and I'm like, I don't want to like do this anymore. I kind of want to be a professional wrestler. I'm like you know, having the arenas open again after COVID, and, you know, going to a live event and feeling the energy of the crowd and seeing the favorite superstars that you haven't seen in almost a year. And you're kind of like, I don't know. I want to do that. Like I want to make someone else feel that way that they make me feel. So I remember texting my mom, and I was like, hey, listen, love my job I'm doing, but I think I want to be a professional wrestler at some point. And she was very, very supportive. So now we're just on the road to, you know, researching schools, looking up, you know, the best one to go to, and a good time frame to, you know, train.
Okay, so I take it you haven't started training just yet.
Not yet, no.
Okay, how's that process like? Trying to find a school? Is it easy? Is it hard?
It's definitely hard because, like I said, you want to find a good time frame. Me personally, I don't think training in the summertime would be the best because, you know, everyone's home and you want to go out and like I just want to. It's going to be my life, so I want to take it quite seriously. But I think finding a good school that you're comfortable at and you're comfortable with the trainers and you want to tour and make sure it's a right fit for you, I think that honestly is one of the most important parts of the process.
Yeah, 100%. And now that you know that you want to become a professional wrestler, obviously everyone daydreams and imagines different things in their head. Do you have a vision already set for what you want your persona or character to be? I mean, is it inspired by LA or is it like its own thing?
I would like to have little like pieces of LA in there. I think that would be kind of sick. And he already knows about it. Like we spoke a little bit about it, you know, him handing down the BFT and like he like knows I wants to train. So I think that would be cool to have like little pieces trickled in there. But no, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Any promotion, if you want to sign me or whatever, I'm just grateful to even be there. So like whatever you want to do with me, honestly, I'd be flattered if someone saw a vision with me and they were like, hey, we see something in you. We want you to be portrayed like this. So I would love having someone, you know, kind of see a vision in me and take it in their own way.
I love that. Now, on the topic of like daydreaming for your future, who is like your dream match or what is your dream match scenarios, whether it's one or multiple?
I've gotten a lot of mixed tag with LA and I. People are like, a mixed tag match would be amazing with you two. I've gotten that a lot. That'd be really cool if one day he wanted to relace the boots up and, you know, do a little mixed tag. But a dream match, Becky Lynch is my favorite women's wrestler of all time, Becky Lynch, I think, would be a dream match for me, although I would hate to beat her up. That's my mother. But, yeah. And I told her when I met her, I was like, I want to, like, you inspire me. I want to be just like you one day. And she was like, I'll see you in the ring one day. She's like, I'm counting on that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is so iconic. Well, you mentioned a mixed tag match. Who would you in LA be facing if, the time came for that?
If the time ever came for that, that's a good question. I don't know why Liv and Dom came to my mind first. I think that'd be really funny.
Oh my gosh, that'd be iconic.
Yeah, that'd be a really good one.
I love that. Is there any people from like the past who aren't wrestling currently that also you would love, obviously, if they were still lacing up those boots, that you would want to face with LA?
The Rock in LA. I would love to have The Rock on the opposing team.
Oh my gosh.
I think I said this before. The Rock and Nikki Bella. I don't know why. That'd be such a cool team.
That is so iconic.
Yeah, I would. Those two always come to mind first.
I love that. Well, they're like kind of still around, so like maybe it'll happen one day. You never know. You never know. All right, you are known as the LA Night Girl, and I know you've mentioned a few other superstars that you love, but who are some of your like top 5 favorite female superstars that inspire you and that you're just a big fan of?
Liv Morgan's a huge one. Becky Lynch. Mercedes Moné. I loved her. Sasha Banks. I'm still following her now. Honestly, Charlotte Flair. I love Charlotte Flair. She's up there. An honorable mention, Izzy Dom has been killing it in NXT.
Yes, she's really good.
Yeah, obsessed with her lately. Yeah, those are probably my 5.
Okay, well, you mentioned like 3 out of the 4 horsewomen. Do you not like Bayley?
No, she's great. She's great.
Okay. No, I feel like she's like, but I feel so bad for her. I feel like she's like the one that never gets mentioned. I feel so bad for her. But she's a queen. We love her. It's okay.
We love her. She's so sweet. I love you, Bayley.
Yes, we love her. What advice would you give to fans, especially young girls who might want to pursue content creation in the wrestling space or even step foot in the ring themselves one day?
You have to be yourself. I can't stress that enough. If you have seen any of the content creators that, have a good or decent sized following, they all made it by being themselves. I made it by being myself, just being a fan crying in the crowd. You can't replicate or try to replicate what someone else is doing. You have to just be yourself. You have to be authentic, and you have to be very passionate about it. You can't just post once a week and be like, oh, we're done. You have to be very consistent if it's something that you really want, and you have to know what you want to do with your
love that. Yeah, that's so true. I think authenticity is so important, and just being yourself throughout the entire process is so key. But this conversation has been so much fun. We've gotten to talk about so many things. What does the future hold for Briana Duarte, the LA Night Girl?
I don't know. That's a loaded question. I myself don't even know. Honestly, what's on my mind right now is getting to SummerSlam, showing LA this tattoo, seeing him again. But the future, I would hope to stay in content creation a little bit, and dip my toe into, a few things here and there. But honestly, the goal is just to be a professional wrestler.
I love that.
That's the dream. Yep.
And your next show is SummerSlam, correct?
Potentially,
are you gonna be a summer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Potentially, yeah. LA meet and greet, I will be there. They expect me there, so I have to be there. Yes, I will be at an LA meet and greet.
Okay, I'll be waiting for the content. And where can everybody follow you to keep up with your journey on social media?
You can follow me on probably my biggest platform, which is TikTok at Briana.Duarte, and then on Instagram at Briana Duarte.
I love that. Well, finally, our motto here on Champion the Passion is to celebrate the joy in what you love. What are 3 things that bring you joy every day?
LA Knight's number 1.
obviously, yes.
My friends.
I love that.
And then not to be so corny, but my family probably. LA
Knight, no, that's not corny.
Family. Yeah, those are the 3. People have been telling me I've been glowing this summer, and it's because I've been with my friends and family, so definitely.
That's what matters. It's LA Knight, friends, family. That's what does the trick.
All that matters. Honorable mention.
All that matters, yes.
Honorable mention to Roman Reigns.
Yes, the tribal chief. Also, I have to ask while we're here, do you think Roman's coming back? Where do you think he's returning? Could it be at SummerSlam?
He better be coming back. I find myself saying at least once a day, Roman Reigns, please come back to work. I miss you. Please come back. I
Literally.
hope before SummerSlam. I can't take it any longer.
I mean, he's on the poster, so we can just pray for the best. Just hope. We'll see. We'll see. But this has been such an amazing conversation. Thank you so much again for your time. This has been just, again, a dream. I cannot wait to see everything that you do, and I wish you the best of luck.
Oh, thank you. I can't wait to see what you do. You're killing it.
Oh, thank you. Wow, that was such an amazing conversation with Bri. Don't forget to follow her all over social media to keep up with her journey. But thank you guys so much for watching and listening to this episode of Champion the Passion. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review if you enjoyed. Follow me at It's Victoria Daisy across all social platforms and follow Champion the Passion across all streaming platforms. Don't forget to champion your passions and celebrate the joy in what you love. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.